Right. A very good day to everyone. I hope you are keeping well on your side and that you are managing well with your studies. So, in today's session, I will be focusing on how to use the correct academic language when preparing for your upcoming exam or even the assignment. More importantly, when you're asked to write an essay. So, what I will be doing is just sharing some essential tips on how to prepare for essay based questions for the upcoming assignment and exam. Okay. So, what we're going to be doing in this session is I'm just going to contextualize what is academic writing. And then, shortly after contextualizing the notion surrounding academic writing, then I'm going to focus on how can you use the correct choice of words when writing an essay, how to carefully structure your paragraphs, and a helpful checklist that I think you might find useful when writing an essay. So, first thing is first, what is academic writing? So, academic writing is a piece of writing or a document that is evidence based. Now, by evidence based, I mean in relation to the literary medium. For example, a narrative text, a dramatic text, a screenplay, and so forth. So, as an undergraduate student, your role is to basically state your arguments, and these arguments have to be very, very compelling in regards to the assignment question. And you have to support these arguments with evidence from, for example, textual evidence. So that is known as using the existing knowledge in relation to the assignment question. More importantly, when it comes to academic writing, any written assignment has to make references. So please take careful note on how I actually bold the words make references to any previous work in that particular field. So, as such, your assignment has to contain attributes to other academic scholars and references to the previous research. So, if your essay is about performance, okay, you need to make references to notable authors who have written papers that contextualize the notion of performance and their examples to support their notion surrounding performance. So academic writing, it's also a formal piece of writing. So in other words, you need to strictly use formal language. Avoid using colloquial terminology in formal languages. It's very important that you strictly stick to formal English. Also, please avoid using contractions such as the word don't, can't, and didn't. Instead, rather write out the full word because it is part of devising that formal piece of writing in your assignment. Then, in terms of sentence structure, preferably write in present tense because by writing in present tense, you are essentially acknowledging the existing sources that pertain to the assignment question. So, in terms of using the correct choice of words for essay written assignments and how to carefully structure paragraphs, your writing has to be free from use of everyday words. Okay? Instead, you have to replace these everyday words, also known as, beg your pardon, also known as informal language, with academic formal words. So if you look at the example on the left, the first column presents examples of everyday words or informal language that we use when you're having a conversation with someone or when you are writing an opinion piece and so forth. And the column on the right is the formal word for that informal word. So instead of writing the word a lot of in your essay, when submitting an assignment, you would use the formal word considerable instead of saying there is a big number of publications. You will say there is a significant number of publications. And then on the right-hand side of this presentation, you will see that I've written a paragraph based on a well-known text called Green Man Flashing, and I have used the column on the right, which are the list of formal words applicable in academic writing. So all the words that I have underlined in this example are from the use of academic formal language. So in your own time, you can read through this example very carefully. If you are unsure, please don't hesitate to drop me an email. So when structuring your paragraph in your essay, please remember that all sentences in your paragraph have to be linked with one another. In other words, you need to use academic phrases when linking your sentences. So a very good source to familiarize yourself with academic phrases in the case of an essay is an academic phrase bank. It's very, very helpful. If you would like a copy of the phrase bank, or perhaps you are struggling to get a copy of this phrase bank, please don't hesitate to drop me an email. So when you're structuring your paragraph, it has to be done in the following way. You start with a topic sentence, followed by a supporting sentence, followed by textual evidence to support that supporting sentence. And then you end off with a concluding sentence. So you will see that I use different colors to indicate this is the topic sentence, this is the support sentence, this is the textual evidence, and that is the concluding sentence. And then I took all of that and migrated it into a form of an introductory paragraph for an essay. And again, this is something that you could read in your own time just to understand what I mean when I say this is how you structure your paragraph, or as I like to call, a formula to structure a very good paragraph in an essay. Then, when it comes to writing the introduction, the body, and conclusion, you need to divide your essay into three parts: your introduction, your body, and your conclusion, because you are effectively presenting your argument supported by textual evidence or evidence from the novel, evidence from the play, and so forth. So the introduction, this is what I like to call or term as, this is what I'm telling the reader what I'm going to say. That is what the introduction is about. You are telling your reader, this is what I'm going to say. So, as such, the aim of your introduction is you need to introduce your essay and conclude with a thesis statement. In your introduction, you need to showcase your thoughts about the essay topic very logically and coherently. Your sentences should not be haphazard and all over the place. Your introductory paragraph, again, depending on the word limit, please pay careful attention to the proposed word limit in the assignment. If the assignment says your essay should not be longer than 1,000 words, please stick to that word limit. So your introductory paragraph, depending on the word limit, can be in more than one paragraph. However, as markers, as lecturers, we prefer that you stick to one paragraph, because by sticking to one paragraph, you do not risk digressing from the essay topic. most importantly, in your introduction, you have to keep the reader engaged. The aim or the purpose of your introduction is that you are now immersing your reader into your essay by setting the scene. Okay. You're also providing the background of the topic of your essay, and this should only be limited as you're going to elaborate on this in the body of your essay. Most importantly, by keeping the reader engaged in your essay, you have to provide a compelling thesis statement. Okay, so that is what an introduction is about. Then we have the body of the essay. So the body of the essay is you are basically saying, now that I know what I'm going to say, here are the details. Essentially, you are building on your introduction by providing very compelling discussion points, and you're supporting these discussion points by the existing knowledge. In other words, textual evidence from the literary texts that you are analyzing. And now that you have set the scene for your essay in the introductory paragraph, the body essentially covers a very important aspect, elaborating on your thesis statement. Okay. And in the body of your essay, you have to start with an introductory sentence that directly speaks to your thesis statement, because by doing so, you're also addressing your essay topic. By starting a paragraph with an introductory sentence or a topic sentence that speaks to your thesis statement, you are essentially identifying the relationship between the thesis statement and the central idea of your paragraph. So please keep this in mind, that when you write paragraphs or structure paragraphs in the body of your essay, each paragraph represents or expresses a central idea in relation to the essay topic and your thesis statement. So while your paragraph must express a central idea, please remember to avoid the following. Writing paragraphs that are either very short, because most of the time they are vague or generic. Also avoid writing paragraphs that are very, very long, as they often result into the writer digressing or going off topic or not sufficiently expressing the central idea of that particular paragraph. Please remember that each paragraph should end with a conclusion, and as such, you have to explain how did you arrive at your concluding sentence. How did you get to the end of your sentence? You did so by stating, this is the argument of this particular novel. I believe the writer explores themes of A, B, and C, and this is identified in the case of in chapter 1, where the character A expresses this while character B expresses this. So that's me by stating the argument, substantiating it by textual evidence from the literary medium, and then only then do I come to a concluding sentence which must speak to my thesis statement. Now, the conclusion in essence basically means, okay, now I have said my piece. I've said everything that I've wanted to say, and now it is time to say my piece. So your conclusion in essence summarizes all the ideas you have expressed in your essay. Your conclusion must link back to your introduction, more importantly, your thesis statement. And please summarize all the arguments you have made from the body of your essay into your conclusion. And here what I have done is that I've created what I like to call an academic writing checklist, something that I think you will find very helpful to use when you are writing an essay assignment. So please remember, go through each component and make sure that you have applied this in your academic writing. And for this presentation, you will see these are the sources that I have consulted for this particular presentation. And last but most importantly, thank you so much for listening in to today's session on academic writing, particularly when it comes to writing an essay assignment. Bye for now, and have a wonderful and lovely day.